Good morning. It's Wednesday, January the 9th, the morning of, and we are still in Nashville. Oh, yes. Come on, worship. I just listen.
Look, Kirk Franklin may love Jesus, but he still needs his coin. I don't have it to give him. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, was that a stream? A partial stream?
Nah, it won't. You get like 10 seconds or something like that.
Oh, it's a new song?
No, it's it's an old song, but when you post something to YouTube, you can't play a song that has been released by somebody you haven't got permission from for more than 10 seconds, or they can claim rights to part of your video.
I see what you're saying. Well, today's day 2 out of 3 of the best year ever, and so far my days have been the best. Well, it's only been one, but yesterday was really transformative for me. How was your day?
It was cool.
They had a lot of really good information. One of the things we were both talking about yesterday is how we really like the setup of the conference, because most conferences regurgitate the same information a different way, but you meet people, and above all, I was talking about how much I really enjoyed that. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Andy Stanley. He's a pastor in the greater Atlanta area, and one of the ways that he preaches, he has these little TVs. Actually, Deb was saying this, these TVs on the side. But what I liked about it was he had an image for the guy, Michael Hyatt. He had an image for his conversation. So it's if you're feeling sad, it'd be a stock photo of someone depressed. But at least it kept you engaged, because don't nobody want to see somebody just talking, especially if you're not super charismatic and extra. And by no means is this man extra. Is he funny? Absolutely. I would say he has charisma, but he's not a welcome everybody. He is host for that, MCs. You know what I mean? So it was cool. I really they give you a workbook, and then it's school when you're younger, and teachers all right, well, you have 20 minutes to write this down, and it's they'll ask you questions in the workbook and you'll answer them. And it's a really good review. Yesterday was a review of our year. Today is we're stepping in the future, so that'd be cool. So any words for the people, because your girls arms get tired.
I'm driving, so not really, but we'll catch you when we catch you.
We'll catch you when you catch you. That's the word. So I will holla at you later, skater. Bye. So we just finished the first session. This is a mood. Whatever's going on here, I like it. We just finished
Black Coco Chanel. It's Coco, COCOA, Coco Chanel. I need to take a picture.
Gotta love my people.
That.
Gotta love them. We just finished session number 1 of day 2. It was really cool on tackling fears and doing smarter goals, which were really helpful. Were yours helpful?
They were cool, yeah.
I'm wow, it's interesting. He said you should only set 2 to 3 goals a quarter.
So that's every 3 months you should start a new goal, basically.
Right.
I didn't understand that.
I'm kind of struggling there, because I'm well, my time frame of life is kind of different than the average person's right now as well. Because, I work a 9 to 5. So it's kind of well.
I feel a lot of times we think that we can do more than we should. And, I think the reason why I agree with him is that, it's better to set less goals and then realize you have more time and you can add stuff than to set too much and then feel like you're failing, because that's really the whole process behind why you should only set 2 to 3 goals a quarter, is that if you can wait and you can accomplish those, and you'll be good. Because if you try and do more and you fail, it's gonna ruin the rest of the goals that you try and set, because you're I'm doing too much at once, and then all the balls get dropped. Whereas if you just start handling it and 2 to 3 goals, I'm good, and then you get to the end of the first quarter and you're oh, that's good, well, maybe you can add another one to the next quarter, because it's supposed to be an evolving thing. So I think it makes sense.
No, it definitely makes sense. I definitely agree. I'm just well,
I would say the other thing is Michael Hyatt is he's a spiritual guy. He goes to church and stuff like that. But this is a business sort of goal setting conference. But I think one of the other things that if I was ever doing this, and this would be my spin on it, is always make sure you're prayerful about it overall. But it's also good to know, I know you, and I know you be doing so much. So this might be a good test of your strengths to just do 2 to 3 per quarter. Don't do more than 3. And evaluate that. Whereas for me, 2 to 3, so I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That makes logical sense. Even so, like, it also helps me, like, manage out time. Like, I'm gonna focus on this then. Oh, this would be a good time for me to, like, because, you know, people are like, oh, like, you have, like, a hobby that you want to work on. Okay, well, you're probably not gonna work on that hobby in February. If your hobby is, you know, fishing, maybe not in February. So it makes sense that you would start that hobby in June. You know, it's still your goal for the year, but you just don't start it till June. So, stuff like that.
I see what y'all saying, whatever. I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying, like, my mind be real fickle with it. Like, well, but you know, I got my little 2 to 3 goals. I got 3 actually, because you know, I couldn't just do 2. Got 3 goals. I do like the idea of having goals for like the season. For the quarter, because that way it can be like, well, I accomplished this here, this happens in this way, yada yada. I'm like, oh, well, now I can theme my quarters. Like, the first one is the foundation. Second month is like, oh, we did it then, so we can do this. Third month is like, all right, I see where we at. You know, where can we grow? The fourth goals are more so like, oh, we got time. I didn't even write all of them down yet. So we'll see. I'm really ecstatic about life. You know, this will be the best year ever. You know, his workbooks make me want to buy one of his little planners, but then I remember that I can create my own graphic. So that's definitely.
You should look at them in the store though. They're really interesting. I personally wouldn't want them. Like, don't want to say wouldn't want them, because I do like them, and I think they're really great for like that version of, like, depending on the version of the life that you live. Like, for me, a lot of that stuff, like, would not be as helpful, like the way that planners are set up. But also, planners in general are not very helpful to me. Like, I do like his journal, so I meant to tell you, you should check out the journal, because I like the focus questions that they ask you in the for the journal, so the journal's really cute.
Head northwest on Corporate Center Drive toward Carruthers Parkway. Then turn left onto Carruthers Parkway.
Tell us where to go, sis.
Turn left onto Carruthers Parkway.
This is not going well. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Pray we don't get killed. Oh my god.
Who's gonna kill us? We're barely in the road.
I know.
Forget these people. They don't know my Jesus.
Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I like his focus here. I think you should check it out. It's really cool. I just personally don't like planners, and I don't really understand what it is. And I think it's because, like, I'm really just a task person. Like, I like to have an idea. Like, I like ideas. I'm an idea person, but I'm also a task person. So, like, one of the things we talked about this actually yesterday on our live is that, like, in our business, one of my big things is, like, the structure of how everything
use the right 2 lanes
works.
to turn slightly right.
You know? And so for me, it's really important that, like, girl, I hear you. For me, it's really important that as things happen, as I get ideas, that I break them down, and then I do those task items. And so, like, they got a whole bunch of other stuff on their planners, and that's cute or whatever, but I don't need that. Also, we talked about yesterday, we use Asana, and, like, my life is very digital, and, like, while I understand the purpose of writing things out, for me, writing them out on paper is, like, to remind myself. It's not really, like, that's not where I'm gonna go to cross things out. And, like, so if they made like an app for their planner, Michael Hyatt, if you're watching, you could make an app. I don't like this angle. Can you tilt it up a little bit? Not like up, like here. There we go. If you could make an app for your planner, and then I could do that, like a task app and all the things that are in it with the streets and everything, that would be real cute. I would definitely download that. So, you know, just a little business tidbit for you.
Well, I agree, but my arm hurts. So we'll talk to you guys later. We're about to run down, like, downtown Franklin and see what's going on here. So we'll see you soon.